The current price of petrol in Nigeria remains a talking point everywhere. Now, for millions of Nigerians, 1,000 naira per litre is their new reality. Tonight, Babajide Ogunsowo, founder of Leadership by Data and Channels Television's data analyst, is right here to share more updates about the outlook of petrol pricing in Nigeria, especially as it affects Nigeria's overall economic growth and development. Babajide, great to have you again.
Good evening, Ayatollah.
So, rising prices in petrol. It is really saddening, phenomenal, if I should say. But the question perhaps many Nigerians want an answer to is, who is to blame for all this?
Who is to blame? Looking at the evidence, the first is the Major Marketers Association of Nigeria. There's no evidence that we should blame them. There isn't evidence that we should blame the independent petroleum marketers as well. And there also isn't evidence that we should blame Aliko Dangote. Aliko Dangote, yes, avoided talking about how much price he will sell his petrol because he knew his petrol wasn't going to come cheap. He talked about quality. So we perhaps shouldn't blame Aliko. Should we blame the NNPC? And I carefully have studied the management and the books of the NNPC, right from their first GMD, Dr. Jackson Obaseki, to Professor Funsho Kupolukun, to Abubakar Yaradua, and now to Mele Kyari. 11 GMDs since 1999. And again, there isn't sufficient evidence to show that the NNPC today and Mele Kyari and all the 10 others before him should be blamed. So to your question, who should be blamed? The answer is the state of the nation. And by the state of the nation, Ayotunde, there's some good and there's some bad news. I'd like to describe the bad news to you before we go into what exactly do I mean by bad news. $25 liters of petrol. I would want you to just focus just for 5 seconds on what's in front of you. Just for 5 seconds. All right, Tony, what if I tell you that the same amount of money that you will have taken to the same filling station last year, May, that would have given you a full keg of petrol at 25 liters, take the same amount of money to the same filling station today, all it will get you is this. And this is not an exaggeration. Same amount of money. This time last year, May. Same amount of money will have gotten you this. Same amount of money today will get you only this. That is the bad news. But beyond this, the question is, what more is behind this bad news? And the summary, Ayotunde, like I said, the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association really shouldn't be blamed. That's misinformation. Neither should MoMA, neither should Dangote, neither should Aliko, neither should the NNPC. Let's take a look at the chart of the week because it provides more information about who is to blame. Look at the official exchange rates. The evidence shows there's an 0.99 correlation, approximately a 99% correlation between Nigeria's exchange rate and its petrol price. 2015, official exchange rate 197, petrol 87 naira. 2016, a year after, official exchange rate went to 305, petrol went to 145. And 2016, 17, 18, 19, official exchange rates stayed the same, petrol price stayed the same. By 2021, official exchange rate had gone to 414 naira by December. The petrol price had moved to 173. A year after, official exchange rate 451, petrol 190 naira. 451, petrol price 190. And when the official exchange rate went to 900 naira, followed the similar trends to 617 naira. Now we're looking at 1,605 naira for the exchange rate. Petrol price above 1,000 naira in several locations. In simple terms, petrol price has about a 99% correlation to what Nigeria's exchange rate is. In simple terms, if the exchange rate keeps rising, no matter what Ipman, MoMA, Dapman, whatever they want to do, petrol price will keep rising.
So, Babajide, before 2015, really, how volatile was the price of petrol?
These trends have been always there. Let's take a look at what has been our petrol price regime since 1970, because clearly shows that what goes up does not always come down. Here's what I mean. 1970, 5 kobo per liter. By 2000, it had moved to 20 naira per liter. By 2020, 145 naira per liter. If you look at every decade, petrol price keeps rising. If these trends continue, we will be looking at petrol price per liter in excess of 3,000 naira even before 2030. That is the real challenge out today.
So how easy, I mean, was there an easy way to really quantify how much the rising of a petrol price affects, families and businesses? I mean, looking from the increases that we've seen.
So here's how I want you to look at it, and I want you to carefully listen to what I'm about to say. In Nigeria today, the median age, looking at our 240 million population, the median age is 18 years old. 18 years old is also the age where you start your journey towards adult life. So the question is, how much did President Bola Tinubu buy petrol when he was 18 years old? The answer in our record book shows that it was at 5 kobo per liter. The question is, how much did Senate President Godswill Akpabio buy petrol when he turned 18 years old? The evidence shows that petrol was being sold in Nigeria then at 15 kobo per liter. How much was petrol when Vice President Kashim Shettima turned 18 years old? He bought petrol at 20 kobo per liter. Our top 3 leaders, when they started their journey towards adult life, never even bought petrol at 1 naira per liter. So the question is, for that adult Nigerian man and woman that is starting life into adult life, petrol is now being sold in several locations at 1,000 naira per liter. Let's take a look at what has happened exactly since May 23 last year. The evidence from the National Bureau of Statistics shows the top 3 locations where petrol is being sold at the highest price. The Northeast, as at August 2024, 908 naira. The Southeast, 880 naira. The Northwest, 858 naira, and on and on. Again, this has political implications because let's not forget, going into the elections, the Northeast, Southeast, and the Northwest, the president didn't get up to 50% of the votes.
So as we round up, Babajide, what's the next scene in this action-packed, petrol series? Because it's really, that's what it is.
Yes, it is, as you described it, action-packed series. I would like us to end by looking at the fact of the week, because that allows us to look at and talk a bit about the solutions as well. And taking a quick look at the fact of the week asks us that since when has Nigeria's inflation rates been above 10%, double digits as we call it? March 2013, February 2016, or November 2021? The answer is B, February 2016. But today I would like to explain to you why this is important. Between February 2016 till to date, Nigeria has had its longest inflation streak in its history. By next year, February, will be 9 years of double-digit inflation rates. But there's one way out, today. What's that one way? I'll give you more information next week.
We'll definitely look forward to that. Babajide Ogunsanya, thank you for your thoughts.
Would you rather keep my 50 liters or will you continue with the news?
I'll continue with the news. Thank you once again.
Pleasure as always.